Blog
Aloha.
Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host a very special episode of Life, Laughter, Happiness. It's the 13th anniversary of me doing this podcast. Today, I have my co-host, Barbara, here. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody. I'm excited about celebrating today.
Yes, and our psychic is here today. He's Dale Shear. Are you there, Dale?
Yes, I am, Johnny. I sure am, Jonathan.
Aloha,
it's
Dale.
amazing. It's
Aloha.
I was going to tell you, I think we have, I told somebody to call in because I wanted them, because I told them that today was the anniversary, and this person's going to call in, so I'm going to go and put this person through. 407, you're on the air.
Congratulations, by the way, Johnny. You've come a long way.
Yes. Yes,
Well,
you have,
I
Johnny.
couldn't do it alone. I mean, Lori, are you there?
Hi, how are you? Congratulations, Jonathan. I'm so excited
Hi.
for you. Hi.
Hi, Lori.
This is monumental. Hello, Barbara.
Hi, Lori.
Hi,
And hi, Lori. I'm Dale.
Hi.
Thank you for calling.
definitely.
Congratulations,
Me
because,
and Lori are both
well,
big
it's not
creators.
just Johnny's show anymore, I guess. It's like he feels like he has a duo, like a team. And
Yeah.
I'm celebrating me doing, like he found out, 260 shows now, and the last year and 4 months of Life, Laughter, Happiness. So I'm excited too.
That's wonderful.
Well, like I was saying, congratulations, and I'm glad you let me call in. 13 years is a long time, and none of us would be here today if you hadn't persisted, pursued, and done what you did. And I think you're a remarkable person. I know that I've had numerous conversations with you, and you always really, really impress me with how methodical and well-rounded you are. Everybody thinks this show just comes together seamlessly because you're so humble, but I have spoken to you in depth, and I know that there's a lot of wheels going on in that brain of yours. The wheels are constantly turning, and I just want to say thank you so much for hanging there, hanging with it. You know, in the conversation that we had earlier today, you were such a dear heart. You were telling me about your very first interview, and Jonathan, that really touched my heart. The way that you reach out to people, and the way that you're just so well-rounded. I mean, from your very first guest to, my gosh, Dale Shear from Hard Copy.
No.
Are you kidding me? This is amazing. And
I'm going to try to
Barbara?
get Barbara back.
I mean,
I think
Barbara
Barbara got disconnected, but Barbara got disconnected, so I'm going to try to get her back. Give me
See
1
that?
second here.
See that, Johnny? We were just talking about this, how crazy before the show, how crazy our life has been in the last few days. I wrecked my car, and then I had to go to the Geek Squad, and Barbara said her closet fell down. We were just laughing and laughing and laughing. And it's like Barbara and I are like a comedy act. We could, Johnny, we could do a comedy routine, me and Barbara.
Yeah.
With you being the host. Because I have to agree.
He does an amazing job. He does such an amazing job. And he is able to do so much with so little, and to make it grow and to have a direction. I mean, sometimes you listen to these blog talk radio shows, because I've been listening to blog talk since about late 2008, and I've been privy to see the evolution of blog talk. And I did it not even living in the States. I was living overseas, and I found a creative way of being able to call into the States without paying long-distance service. And when I was doing my research, I actually came across Blog Talk Radio. So I said, you know what? Now that I can get free calling into the States, let me call Blog Talk Radio since it's not going to cost me anything. And I lived in a country where people spoke French and Arabic and all kinds of other different dialects. So it was really refreshing to be able to speak for an hour or two and network with people in the States when I wasn't even in the States. And that was the warm-hearted feeling that I got with Blog Talk.
Where were you, sweetheart? Where were you?
Oh, I was in Morocco, North Africa.
Oh, my word. Oh, my word. I had that happen to me in London. I mean, so I know what you're talking about, the exact same thing. But Morocco, oh, wow, that sounds exciting. Did you like the place?
It had its pluses. The fact that I was pretty much strapped for communication. I really couldn't speak English or my language to anybody to communicate daily, so that was kind of like being a 5-year-old, unable to speak and using sign language and pointing. But I had no other choice. I tried to apply for work, and I said, okay, I'm going to have to take a couple of years of French to break in. So what I ended up doing was pounding the doors and asking people, hey, I speak English, I write English, I communicate in English. Do you need anybody? And I got hired by different schools that took me in as an English language and writing teacher, and I had no choice but to create my own curriculum. And when I wanted to do that, that's whenever I came across Blog Talk on the radio and came across OVOO, OOVOO, and that's how I was able to call in from overseas, and I learned all about Blog Talk Radio.
I want to say something because this is about my co-host Barbara. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes. Hi, you guys. Yes, I'm here.
This lady has been a real blessing to me. She has been nothing but a blessing to me. Every time. I mean, it's sort of funny. Like whenever we do something, I always look like I'm falling all over myself, and then she looks like she's she looks like she's going out to the Oscars. It's amazing, a beautiful show.
Oh, no, you don't. Thank you, though.
And the thing is that I have a lot to learn, and that's the whole point of all this. I got into this knowing that I have a lot to learn. I mean, like when I interviewed Dale would say, okay, step back. I knew that I have a lot to learn. It's okay. And I know that Barbara will do things like, she'll be like, okay, what do you wear when you're sitting, you sit up straight, And
I told you I don't care what you do. I said just don't be on your bed. Just sit in a chair, and then you can rock, you can fidget, you can do it, whatever you want. But that's you, Johnny. But I just want you to be in a chair. That's all. That's all I care.
Okay, can I?
And
am I allowed to say something?
You guys, but we need to dress him up like a funky hat. He needs to have a look. So I'm going to take care of that.
Yeah, when we meet.
That's true. That's true. But can I say something very important?
Sure.
Okay. Very important. This man deserves a medal, Jonathan. He has cerebral palsy, and he has done all this on his own with Barbara. And the man is incredible to even get this far when 90% of the people can't even boot up a computer. So I applaud you, my friend.
I concur.
Good job.
I concur. We wouldn't be here if he hadn't taken the initiative, if he hadn't pursued his dream. And I just admire him so much. Like I said, I've had some deep conversations with him, and all that Gail just said, his brain is fine. Let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
The man is brilliant. He is genius. I have nothing but the highest respect.
I call him a servant. You know what that is?
Yes.
To me, that's what he is. He's genius in that area of being a servant. That I recognized it the very first day that he asked me to be on his show. I recognized it then.
Really?
And I realized, yeah. I did. I recognized that you had that ability. Now, he asked me something a while back that cracked me up. I knew Johnny Carson since I was 13 years old and had a long time with him. But the funny thing was, Jonathan asked me, "Am I like Johnny Carson?" I said, "No." But,
I remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah.
No, you just have a name.
But
funny.
you have a lot of potential there, kid. You have a lot of potential.
You
and
do. And you know what? He has things to learn, but don't talk down about yourself that way, Johnny. You're doing great, and you're doing really well at so many things. And you are starting things like Dale said. You do deserve a medal, and you're powering through all of your obstacles that you used to have. You have not had a depression spell for months, and now you're starting a whole other thing, our TV channel.
Yeah.
So you got to give yourself a lot more credit.
Actually, I want to fill Lori in on this because this is hysterical. The way Dale found out about the TV channel. Okay, this is what happened. Dale was on the show. I'm not making this up. And then Dale she goes, I have a prediction to make. Okay, I think that Barbara is going to be on television soon. Now, what happened was I started making the TV channel. Dale didn't know about this. So I turned over the message to Barbara and said, Barbara, she doesn't know. We didn't tell her. So I told her one day, I said, okay, Barbara, I think we should put the channel in the shout-out. So Barbara starts in, and she goes, yes, and we have a no Roku channel. And then Barbara Dale's trying to say, I have Roku. What's this? What
is this?
That's serendipity. That's serendipity at hand.
Yes,
and none of this
yes,
would go through if it wasn't for your drive, Jonathan, your imagination, creativity, and just you have heart. You're all heart. Everything you do, you're all heart. Your friends mean the world to you. The people that you interact with mean the world to you. Feelings mean the world to you. And I think that is a blessing.
I think
that is a blessing.
I think that Barbara, I think Barbara and I both know that with all our hearts because Barbara is a very special person, beyond speciality. I'm going to be doing a reading on her as soon as she gets her cards. And, I mean, I'm going to be doing something very special for her as well because Johnny wants me to do that and for Johnny. But, I mean, to just do what he's doing with this new TV channel. Okay, it's starting off. We have a little bumps. It's no big deal.
I know.
But, everybody starts that way, and it's
I was
going
to say something because this is something that a lot of people don't understand. I'm taking a course right now on, and I might need some on how to be on TV, where you basically you learn to make pictures and everything. And the thing that's interesting is how to make pitches, like how to get television interviews, how to get interviews with local television stations. Yeah,
pitches. With local
that's
stations?
What I'm trying to learn how to.
Okay, well, you don't have to learn. I did that. I had my own TV show in Hawaii for 5 years. So what are you trying to pitch to whom so I can tell you what to do? What are you trying to pitch?
It's trying to get the channel seen. I'm going more for the channel because I think the channel is going to boost the show as well. But it's actually, I picked this as more of a community than a channel,
Look, I'm reading your mind. You're trying to get people of affluence to be on your show so it'd be more popular. And is that what you're trying to? Okay, but you're forgetting one little tiny thing.
Now, but I think of a couple of interviews. If I could get a couple of vocal interviews, it would help Barbara out big time.
Yeah, it will.
Help me.
But you also got to look at. Barbara is great at promotion and marketing and sales. If you can have the best TV channel in the world, but if nobody knows who you are or how to get in touch with you, then it just isn't worth much. And that's the part we got to work on for you is Barbara and I have to do it. I've been telling some people, I've been watching some podcasts, and I'll just briefly say this. There's Barbara, I don't know if you get a chance, on YouTube, there's this Wonder Hussy, and she goes all through Nevada, and she has 100,000 hits. And I made contact with her to try to get her an interview, for you to interview her or Johnny to interview her. So for you to look at that show.
That's an interesting name. Honey,
yeah,
Hussy?
she goes to.
Wait, Hussy, honey? What did you say her name was?
No. Wonder Hussy.
Wonder Hussy. That's
now she has a lot of shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I was going to say is that. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I was just going to say. I'm sorry. I speak over people.
What are you sorry for? Johnny's been trying to say something for like 5 minutes. Go ahead, Johnny.
Okay, go ahead, Johnny.
Okay. I'm
Johnny,
sorry.
you got the floor.
Okay, we got the floor. My apologies. It's the way I look at it is that the show is sort of, it's funny because I talk to so many people and they have content, but they don't have any place to put it. You know, they have all these ideas of like, oh, I've got this character I'm doing. Oh, I've got this. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, come over here. I actually talked to a lady. One of my goals for the channel is to put a full-length movie on it. To talk to somebody who is a full-length movie, you know, like
a full-length movie.
Yeah, and then, you know, just have it be first place that would be seen would be on the channel. And that's one of my goals. And I'm learning some things, you know. I mean, I have to admit, I agree with Barbara. I mean, you know, it's like I'm not the most professional person in the world. It's the Asperger's, it's the hair, it's. That's why I have a feeling that when I go see Barbara, I'm going to feel like a Ken doll. She's going to be making me up and everything. You know?
That's right.
We're going to give you a new look.
Fact.
But I'm okay with that. I mean, because I think one of the reasons I'm okay with that is that every time that I've ever had a female give me suggestions on how I look, it's always been a family member. And I think at some point, and by the way, I just want to make this is a little fact that I didn't really bring it up. Me and Lori, we share the same birthday. I don't know if you knew that, Dale. We're both May 28th.
No. Are you both?
Yeah.
What is it, August 28th?
No, May 28th. See, what happened
I'm
was...
I'm sorry. When?
May 28th.
When is your birthday? May. Excuse me. May 28th. I'm sorry. And that, what sign is that? Hold on. Let me think.
Gemini.
April to...
We're basically 14.
I know, but March... Yeah, no, you're too... now you are. You're right. Okay, March 21st to April 21st is Aries. And April 21st to May 21st, I thought was Taurus. But am I not correct?
That
okay,
is.
so you're Taurus. And then so you border on
28th.
Right, but
May
you know,
28th.
Barbara, 10 days into a cycle of so I do know of astrology, just a little bit, but 10 days, either way, before or after, like I'm March 21st, so I entail quite a bit of Pisces. In fact, when my chart was done, I had 5 houses of Pisces. And that's a very psychic sign. So the same with you guys. When you're doing May, if you go back 10 days either way, you still have the other signs in you. So you have Taurus and Gemini. I have a lot of Pisces and whatever. But if you have someone do your chart, it runs into different things. Let me tell you this. I'm going to tell you, though, Barbara, the most reliable that I have found charts in the world is Vedic astrology, VEDIC.
Are you there, Lori?
Yeah, and the reason.
Yes, and Dale, I just have to interject really quickly. I am more of a Taurus, and in Vedic astrology, I am 100% Taurus. And in Western astrology, I've got more planets in Taurus than I do in Gemini.
See that? That's my point. That's what I'm trying to tell Barbara. I read for the monks in Hawaii. I go to the island of Kauai, and nobody is allowed in to eat with them and sit with them and be with them. You can go visit, but you have, in order to go, you have to have your, they check your birthday, your date, your time, when you were born, everything, and all the stars have to align for you to visit them. So I have been lucky
I love that.
I have been lucky on many occasions. And I have to tell you one thing else, but I mean, been extremely lucky with the monks, and they want readings, so I do readings on them, and in return, they teach me a lot about how things work and on, you know, Vedic astrology and stuff like that. But I don't know if you know about this, Lori. There is something called Nadi Shastra. Vedic. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
I don't think I've heard of that. I've heard of the Roku, and I've heard of the Rahu, and all these other things.
No. It's not a TV station. This is from the monks, Nadi Shastra. What it is this, and my teachers had it done. In India, they believe that you were born, there's a time you're born, a time you die. That is written in Vedic astrology as well. And they believe that the names of the people that you get involved with or that you marry or whatever is already written. Now, I thought this was kind of cocky bull. I'm going, how could they know that? That's so you know, like, this is crazy. But my teacher, Peter Hurkos, had gone to India, and he had experienced the Nadi Shastra. It is a leaf, and on this leaf it is written from the time you're born to the time you die, who you meet, who you be involved with, and everything. And he swore to God to me that he went through that. But there's only like 3,000 or 4,000 people in the world that are written on this leaf, on this Nadi Shastra. And I was asked by the monks to go to India, and they would get me passage and go with me to meet the head guy to learn Vedic astrology. But keep in mind, I know nothing about math. Anyway, they wanted me to go, and they said I was listed in this Vedic astrology, and they would read it for me. And I never had a chance to go yet. Swear to God.
Wow.
Swear to God.
You were? That's awesome.
Yes. I've had some weird stuff happen, you know. So this is,
it's actually kind of funny. I looked about the name of something because I wanted to make a comment about this. It's sort of funny because one time I was taking my mom, she used to read me these Bible stories one time, and the story was always something like this. You know, the angel of the Lord appeared to the woman who was pregnant, and she says to her that she will have a baby boy, and you shall name him Peter. Oh, yeah, that's wonderful. But after hearing this story also at the time, it makes me kind of want to raise my hand and say, listen, I have a question. Why is it that the angel trusts you to take care of the baby, spoil the, feed the baby, bathe the baby, take the baby to the bathroom, do all that other stuff, but you can't name the baby?
Now, is that a question?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like you should be. Why are you trusted to do everything else but name the kid? You understand?
Well, who's saying you can't name the kid?
Well, in the Bible, in the Bible stories, I mean, that's the way it works. Is the angel of the Lord appears to you in a vision and tells you what the kid's name is going to be. I mean, it seems to me.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't have a clue.
I wonder what.
Because...
Okay, sorry, Del. But I'm wondering what Priscilla would be named if it would be up to God. I'm kind of curious. I'll have to do some meditation tonight.
Wait.
Johnny,
you guys are going. You guys are going.
We lose her. We lose Del.
You guys
sometimes.
are going above my head. You're going above my head. I don't
Lori
know. I don't have.
Lori, did you get what we were saying at the joke?
Yeah, just divine providence, basically, Dale. Everything has preconceived timing. The theory is the same as what you're speaking about, but they're just on a different subject of the same theory. That's my understanding. The theory of everything's already predestined.
In the Bible.
Yes, I believe that. Now, Barbara, I don't know, Johnny, I believe that things are predestined and I can prove it. I can prove it in any way, shape, or form. Is there anyone out there that doesn't understand predestined?
Why I think that's good? Because you tell me that I'm not getting the coronavirus. And when you tell me something and you have that conviction in your voice, I believe you. And I feel better.
You're not getting it. You're not getting it. Unless
you're
not
getting it. Johnny's not getting it. Priscilla's not getting it. So thank you for that. That encourages.
So, in fact, it's pretty much it's starting to go away. It's winding down in certain areas. Okay, what was I going to say? I forgot. But
clandestine.
We were talking about the
predestination. What were we saying? Let me tell you how I can prove it. Okay. I do readings all the time, or did readings all the time. I did thousands of them in Hawaii, but because that's where I grew up mostly, there in Jersey. But in the readings, if I would tell somebody, don't go on that plane because the plane is going to crash. So I'm begging you not to go on that plane. So the person doesn't go on the plane, and the plane does crash, okay? But they're not on it. The next person is on it, okay? That wasn't their destiny. You can alter and change the future to a point, but it'll go right back to where it's supposed to be. And when I say predestined, I mean predestined. You have a little bit of free will, little stuff, but not. It's on the major things in life: a plane crashing, who you marry, who you have an affair with, whatever. Those are predestinations, okay? Those are meant to be for whatever reason they are, And it's synchronicity. It's meant to be. The big things in life. The little things, like Johnny's Johnny's supposed to have a television network. He's going slow, but he's getting there. But guess what? That is his destination. That is what is supposed to be doing.
But that's like a little destiny. I thought these were big destinies, like plane crashes.
Oh, no, that's not little. No, that's not
TV?
little.
I didn't know he didn't even have it. Sorry to get off on that. But I did not know that he didn't have a TV working.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
I got on him for that one.
It's up and running. Johnny, how long have you not had a TV running?
Oh, well, actually, I had a TV running, but it was my parents. See, the thing is that it was that I could go down there. It's just that I think what it is I didn't want to tell them about the TV channel for some time, and they said, why didn't you tell us? And it's like, I don't know. I tell people those things about them to promote. I don't want to be promoting to my family, But then when they've heard about it, they're like, well, son, is that. And I think another reason is that you'd be surprised at just how many people are responding to the fact that I have a TV channel with, wait a minute, you can do that? It's like, because when I first heard about it, I'll be honest with you, I kind of conveyed the incorrect information to Dale about what it was I was doing, and I told her that we were doing something on Netflix, which is impossible.
Yeah, you did, and I'm going, there's no way you're going to get on Netflix. No, not now. You don't have the money to get on Netflix.
And a lot of people, that was what happened, and then, she thought that's what it was. So, but then, it was like it turned out to be on Roku. There's actually there's two other ways that you can do it. Roku just has the most visual people. It's seen by the most people. And when the channel got uploaded, I was so amazed. I was like, oh, God, I can't believe this. And it's just,
I love it.
But I have a question.
I love
it. Did you think making my own channel was possible? I mean, did you think that was something a real thing that you could do, or did you know about that? Or
not on Netflix. When you had said Netflix,
but on Roku.
I had no knowledge that you could do that, but after you explained to me how you did it, then it made a lot of sense to me, and I realized that anybody could go up on Roku. Anybody
you
could
didn't
do
know
what
that you
you
could make
did.
a channel on Roku? You didn't know that, or?
I've been told that by some friends of mine that are in the industry, but I never paid much attention to it. My husband said to me, I have so many shows that I have done in Hawaii, and he says, well, why don't you give it to Johnny and upload it? I said, no, they're on VHS to begin with. I look 30 years younger, and I don't really want to do that.
Hand them over. Costco,
you can put them on DVDs.
Put them, okay, you guys, put them in a box, send them to Costco. You don't even have to have it organized. Those people take over all that stuff, and they get it on the thing, whatever you want it on, to view, whatever's the most happening now to view.
But, Barbara, I look so much younger, and, the readings are so accurate. I ran them to death in Hawaii, but maybe people would like looking at them. I'd have to ask my husband if he knows where he put them. I think
it's worth it.
Well,
I think it'd be worth it for you to get those all on something that people could actually view, because you want to have that around forever, and that's your legacy. And then you can start you could have her YouTube channel, put them all there, so they're there forever, Jill. It's really important.
VHS tapes eventually lose quality, so you really want to get that uploaded as much as possible.
Well, do it right away. Oh my gosh!
I didn't know
right
Costco. I didn't know Costco did that. The one here doesn't even do photography, so I don't know where I would go to do that, but might have to check into it. I don't know.
I don't know, but there's probably a million people who do it. There's a lot of
the show I had in Hawaii was all I wanted to do was help people, and I got this show. I got the network show. We preempted CBS, and we were on a big channel in Honolulu. And I had everything. I mean, producers, directors, everybody helping me. And we did the show, and it was for 1 hour, I believe. Yeah, an hour show. And we would invite the studio audience that would come in. The radio station would invite studio audience to come in. I had no knowledge of who these people were. And they would come in, and I had a co-host. Like you, like a co-host, and we would banter, and then we would go out into the audience with a mic with the DJ, and they would stand up. I just asked them name and where they were from, and I did readings on them, and they were so accurate. It was scary. It even scared me. It just was scary, I didn't miss.
You're very sharp. Didn't miss. You're very sharp.
Jonathan and
I would love to see all those.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Lori.
I was going to say,
we'll see.
Jonathan
and
I were talking about you this afternoon, and we were marveling. Yeah, Jonathan and I were marveling at how much you have done, and about the fact that it has gone unseen, unpromoted, unnoticed, and how it's about time for a resurgence, right, Jonathan?
That is true.
You want to know why? One of my best friends many years ago was Shelley Winters, the actress.
Wow!
And
I
used to go to her. Well, I'm older. I go to her house in Beverly Hills, and we talk. And she goes, "Gail, you do all this in Tahoe and Hawaii. I mean, I have my shows at all the casinos. I did actually, nightclub shows at all the casinos." And you also do television in Hawaii, and yet nobody, really knows you. And I said, I want it that way. She goes, well, why do you want it that way? Came with it, but I didn't need the fame, and I didn't want it. I just wanted to be low key and help people. That's why. I know that may sound crazy, but
it
that's
didn't
the
matter.
Time that we lived in. That's how things were done then. But now, psychics are more appreciated. Psychics went unappreciated for way too long. It shouldn't be a closet thing anymore. Everybody
I don't know that they're appreciated, because it depends on what town you live in and where. I did Alaska. I've done Hawaii. I've done Fiji. I mean, all over the place. In Fiji, see, the stuff that I did do, I wanted to do from my heart. Like in Fiji, I had a friend who owned an island there at Tavarua where all the surfers go. And he invited me there for 2 weeks. And I went around to the little huts. They had little huts. And in the little huts, they had mayors. It was so cute. And they had a group of people. And they asked me to do readings on them and healings on them, and I did it. So he took me by boat to each little hut, and I did it, for 2 days, and I just loved it. And I helped him out with a whole bunch of stuff on the island, and I got to stay there for 2 weeks. It was fabulous. But I'm going to tell you something. A lot of the stuff I do, I never felt, if I just get a thank you, I was happy. I mean, sure. I mean, I charged money in Hawaii, and I didn't charge a lot. I mean, I'm so low in price compared to all these other psychics that are on national TV that charge $300, $500, $700 for a reading, $1,000. I mean, I charge like $100. I do it because from my heart. That's why I do it. And it made me
that's
good.
all the people
so
on
everything's
this
fine
platform.
for her then.
Pardon me?
That's what it is on this platform. Everybody that's here, Dale, Barbara, Jonathan, everybody that's here does things from the heart and does things with a mission of humanity and wanting people to enjoy themselves and be happy.
I like that mission. I like that.
It is a mission
statement,
it's
Lori.
a
Why don't you
mission.
write our mission statement for us? Can you do that? She's a writer.
Oh, Jonathan's already
Lori
written it.
is a writer.
I'll write it. But
Okay,
Jonathan's
let's
written
read
it.
it.
I could
I
read
wrote the one on the
Lori's
website.
voice.
Which one did he write? Which one did he write?
Oh, I'm going to have to look it up. He's got a
Am I
mission
missing
statement.
something, Johnny?
He's got,
Can I read your mission
I
statement,
think
Johnny?
we
Or
all-
read it over? Well, where is it?
I think we
The
all have
website is
missions.
down. The website is down right
But
now.
you put a mission statement on there? I wrote that whole website. I didn't know that you added to it.
Well, when I said something about, hello, my name is Jonathan Alexander, I'm the creator, I thought that's kind of what a mission statement was.
Oh. I don't
no,
know. It's your
it's
message.
it's your goal.
whole
It's what you
message.
want to achieve. It's what you want to achieve by having
Okay,
your
well, in that
platform.
case, I would
I don't
say,
think we have that yet. We don't have
I
that
would
yet.
say that if I had to, I would say, I mean, the closest thing to that is on the show description, because
Well,
whenever
yeah,
anybody,
but I think it could be more sentimental. I think it could be more touching. I think it needs a real writer to write it, which is Lori, now that she knows you and she knows me
Okay.
and what we both are striving for, which she just explained very well.
I mean,
And I
that's fine.
think that
That's
she should
fine.
write, let's write a really good mission statement. I love professional writings from writers, which is you, Lori. And we've been talking so much about
Thank
working
you.
with you and having you write up some stuff for everybody. And
Well, I'm
rewrite
ready.
things
When you
even.
guys have the
Rewrite things,
time,
you know?
I'm ready. I'm looking
Yeah,
up Jonathan's
rewriting
mission
it.
statement right now. I'll
See,
write.
I wish
Lori,
I
if you-
would have
if
known
you
you when I
look
was
at-
writing all that stuff, because I was wanting to ask everybody, but they didn't know. So I just wrote it. I took from everybody's of what they had written in all different social medias and their own Facebooks and everything. I took everybody's thing and then I kind of added it to it and wrote it so it is like flowing.
Oh, Barbara, that's called
What?
plagiarism. That's called
What?
plagiarism.
Well,
You can't-
what do you mean?
You got to quote the
What?
person
I had to
when
take
you do
from
that.
his bio, and when Kelly was on, I had to take from her bio, and when Karen was on, I had to take from her bio, and when Vanessa was on, I had to take from her bio. I don't get it. Like, I had to get information somewhere. What do you mean?
No. I'm joking.
No,
I'm
I'm
joking.
looking
Oh,
for it.
I
I
guess I
actually
gotta
wrote
look
it
it up.
already. I wrote it already because Jonathan quoted it, so I've got it written. I'm just looking for it. Jonathan, you got it in the email. I sent
Oh.
it to you. I don't.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Search your email.
And I write as well. But I write just metaphysical books, and I wrote one
Nice.
little novel called An Angel Over the Airwaves.
Dale.
What?
Thank you for reminding me about your books. Oh my gosh. I came up with the greatest idea. You guys will probably think it is great. I wanted to put together we'll see, 1 to 3 months. I don't know how long it takes people to read books, but I want to do a Life, Laughter, Happiness book club. And whomever has written a book that we know, yes, and we'll take that one. We'll feature it that month or two, however long you think it takes to read that book. We will do that, and everybody involved will be a part of our club. We'll have a Facebook page, and we're going to read and display and showcase that nice, either Dale, who is working with us, or DT, who wrote
Lori.
How to Get a 90 Days. Yes, well, I don't know if Lori wants us to read her book yet, but, sometimes they have to publish it. I don't know, Lori. Do you have a book written?
I have several.
Anyway,
I just need to get them published.
Okay. I wanted to do a book club, okay? So where everybody who is listening to us, which is a lot of listeners, can go buy the book and read it, and then we can have that book be showcased that month. Do you like that idea?
Yes, that's awesome. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
And that's
Also,
more giving to people. That's more of a
Barbara.
mission. You guys are just giving and giving and just really showing that we're all one. Helping people is actually helping yourself.
Barbara. Hello, Barbara.
Thank you.
Don't mean to interrupt, but I have friends that have written phenomenal books. Like Richard had written. He was 20 years in the Navy, and actually he wrote Navy books, but they were love stories. And he had just got published. He's written 9 books.
What?
But
if he, there is a prerequisite here. They have to be a guest on our show, and then we will be happy when we'll mention how to buy the book, and we'll be happy to have them, and we'll be happy to add that to the book club. I think that would be great. But they have to be on the show. Otherwise, why? There's a million books out there.
Very
a
good.
lot
That
of
is
great
true.
people. That's
Very
the whole
good.
key is we're trying to help the listeners in our community by promoting their book, and that'll be good for everybody who's reading it as well.
Well,
it'd be
congratulations,
nice to read.
Dale.
what?
Yeah, congratulations,
Why?
Dale.
Why? What did I do?
Because
what did I do?
I don't know. You're so psychic that you're very, very psychic that everything you say almost stimulates a new idea of mine. It's so interesting. And I'm like, I'm going to do the book club, start with Dale's book. And you just said something about your books. And I didn't have it written down to make sure I didn't forget to say this on air today, but I really have been meaning to for 3 shows now. I came up with this idea to do the book club.
It's a wonderful idea. And I believe somewhere in time, like Barnes & Noble, a lot of the bookstores will come back on a smaller scale. And I think one of my dreams, I know it's going to sound crazy, but one of my dreams is to have a little bookstore and have a coffee shop again, and where people can come in and just sit and read and talk, and you have stories that you can read out loud to them, just like the old days. And have some coffee and all that stuff. I just think that would be a fun thing. I know it's old school, but I have a feeling somewhere in time it'll come back around to that, because a lot of things are coming back around. I mean,
They sure are.
I grew up in the 60s. Yeah, I grew up in the 60s. And everything I'm seeing on TV is like, no big thing. It's happened in the 60s, except for the pandemic. But the things that happen, like paper bags and no plastic, and it's all going backwards. It's not going forward, And
the drive-in theaters.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. Walmart's going to open up a drive-in theater in Nevada here. That is so cool. I can't tell you how cool that is.
I love that.
So
I got that growing up. But then they were all gone. But in elementary school in the 70s, they were still around, and then boom, gone.
Well, in Sacramento has a whole slew of them for some reason. I don't know why, but there's 6 of them in Sacramento. But you mean you actually went to the movie and watched it?
Oh my gosh! Yes, my parents they thought I was too young, and they were watching. Was that like Clockwork Orange? Oh my gosh, that was so horrible for a child to see.
Yeah.
I think I was 4 years old, and I've had nightmares about that movie ever since. They probably thought I was in the back sleeping or didn't know what was going on. They had me in the back,
wow.
the drive-in. Yeah, the drive-in. And then also when I got older, we used to drive in and bring our sleeping bags, and whoever had the pickup truck, we'd get in the back of that and pull in and just lay there and watch it. I loved the hot summer nights doing that.
Well, I'm way older than you, and how we use the drive-ins for, we would put one guy or a boyfriend in the trunk, and, you know, we'd drive in, and they would never check the trunk for some odd reason because we didn't want to pay the fee. Then, of course, that was the greatest makeout place that you could ever imagine. And if you got to see the movie, you were lucky. I mean, remember, I don't know how many kids were born watching a drive-in movie, but I mean, you know,
That's
that was
true.
the old days. That was the old days.
That would have been great to have.
Yeah, it was fun.
Because going
It was fun
in,
to
I mean, you can't just like go in and do that in a theater. I mean, you can, but the person behind you wouldn't appreciate it.
They have movie theaters now that have beds in them instead of like chairs. And the thing, and actually, that the only problem with that is that what if you fall asleep in the movie and snore? I mean,
I've done it. I've done it in New York. I did it in a Broadway show when in New York, the Phantom of the Opera. It was a
Wow.
it was an afternoon show. My husband and I went on, and we paid $80 each, and we slept for 2 hours and snored. And then when the opera was over, we're going, "Oh my God! Like, what was this about?" You know?
My goodness,
I
it is.
I
one,
found
that's for
Jonathan's
sure.
mission statement. If anyone's
Oh, great.
interested, I
Right
found
now.
Jonathan's mission statement.
Yeah,
Okay,
who wants
it
to read it,
says,
Johnny or you?
you found it too, Jonathan? You read it. It's yours.
It says this is what I think Lori wrote. It's a typical day in May in Central Florida. Sunny,
No,
hot,
that's
humid.
not the mission statement.
Oh gosh,
The mission statement.
That's funny.
It's right here. It's
Oh,
we're diversified
can you
online.
read it for me, though?
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Yeah.
you have to explain to him what a mission statement means. It means that's your mission in life, John.
I understand. I'm sorry.
Can you read it,
Okay.
please?
Okay, go ahead,
I'll read it or you read it.
You read it.
Okay. This is what he told me, and I'm quoting verbatim because when I interview someone, I don't add or take away. I just kind of do the editing, and the article writes itself.
Okay.
So this is what he said. We're a diversified online radio community promoting joy, entertainment, and nonpartisan engagement. Our goal is to provide an enlightening experience with a balance of light and friendly conversation exchanges for our audience of callers, hosts, and guests alike. That's the mission.
Oh, I love
and
it.
his goal
That's beautiful.
His goal was we aspire to have a long-lasting impact through our live dialogue that can be revisited in the archives. We enjoy leaving a podcast to be revisited through a timeless effort with relevance for daily living for many generations to come.
That
is
sounds
beautiful, Lori.
Yes,
Lori,
I
Lori,
think
What I
have a
great.
like
question.
about that.
No, hold on, everybody. Wait, hold on. How in the world did
What?
this happen, Dale? You always
What?
tell me I'm psychic. Oh my gosh. Here I am saying,
What?
Lori, can you write us a mission statement? You should write it, Lori. Come on. And she's like, I already did, or Johnny did, and I helped. I mean, that is so crazy, right?
No.
Synchronicity.
No, let me tell you.
Synchronicity.
No, it's not synchronicity. It's called telepathy.
Okay.
Is it different?
Wow.
You thought
I
it,
love the telepathy. I love
and
that.
it landed in her brain, and she did it. There's so many examples of telepathy. I'll get food cravings, and I don't know why. Like one of my best friends, she eats, I don't know, she likes, say, I don't know, chocolate something and licorice. I don't like licorice, and all of a sudden I get this craving for licorice. Good and Plenty.
Ooh, that's interesting.
And so I call her, and she says, I said, what are you eating? She says, Good and Plenty. So you can get it through food cravings. You can get it through smell, or you can get it through taste, but it's telepathy. And if you think real hard upon a person, you can even create them to do something or feel something or know something. That's if you're psychic, really psychic, you can do that. And I had a question for Lori. You started to tell me something about me that I wasn't aware about. That I don't know. It wasn't the part. I forgot. It wasn't the part about me being. I forgot. Well, maybe it'll come back.
Okay, well, maybe it's about the books. Remember, what book would you like to start off having everybody read in the book club of yours, Dale? I want to start off with one of your books.
I'm gonna have.
I like the one that you said for me. Hold on. The one that you said it would be good for me to read. It's not so much about psychic stuff, or it's like to be the best person, to be your. Okay, what was that one?
Okay, I got two books. You choose. One's called An Angel Over the Airwaves. It's about a love-addicted, codependent angel that keeps falling in love, lifetime after lifetime, to be with the one she loves, and she can't get it right, no matter what she does. And every time she messes up, she has to go back to heaven and talk to Gabriel, and he sends her back to earth and has her do things right. Okay? So that's one. The other book is...
But I wanted to
over the airwaves.
Can I say something though? I want to say something. Okay. A lot of people sometimes, whenever I talk to people about the name of the show, Life After Happiness, and Dale and Lori and I talked about this a big deal, about why I chose the name, because this is something that I don't know if you knew this. About a couple of seasons into Happy Days, the show Fonzie became so popular that they wanted to call the show Fonzie's Happy Days. Well, Henry Winkler rejected the idea outright. And I think the reason I never wanted to name that is I knew everybody that was on the show was going to put more energy into it. I wanted it to feel like it was everybody's. I know, like, whenever I see a video, like, of Barbara, she'll be out with her friends, video talking, and then I know, and I don't even have to, I don't push her to do this. I don't, she always says, Life After Happiness at 8 p.m., and she'll just start talking about it in the show. And I'm thinking to myself, it's amazing. She's doing all this, she does this all on her own. She thinks to do all this, So it's like
it's telepathy.
You do an awesome job on your own. If I can make a request from you, Jonathan, I just sent you the link to where the mission statement is contained, as well as your goal for the show. Could you please forward that on to Barbara and to Dale Shear?
Thank you.
So that they can read. They can read.
When did you guys do this? Because that is telepathy. If you did it last night, did you do this last night?
No, we did this the week before our birthday, like May the 23rd or 24th or something.
Oh, and we haven't even had it up on the website this whole time. Crazy. Why does it take 3 months, Johnny, to get that to me? I mean, I would have had that up on the website like that second. Oh my gosh.
Okay, but Barbara,
he's so humble, Barbara. He's so humble. I don't think he knows how to. I don't think he knows how to accept at face value how much that you guys are doing. Everyone, Dale, everybody, Jonathan, Barbara, everybody.
Life After Happiness can be found on Blog Talk Radio, founder, host, and creative. Is that the mission statement?
No. I read it. Okay, go. I'll tell you where. It's right after the Happy Days. It's what paragraph is it? It's going to say mission statement, and I should bold it. But it's going to say Life After Happiness Blog Talk Radio Show. When I'm talking to you.
Just all you sent.
I sent the link.
About the, can you send you just now? I see the link, but what I'm saying.
Johnny, why don't you get it later? We're on air.
Okay.
Okay, Barbara. Barbara, you asked me a question. The book I'd like to start out with is called Believe. It's
yes.
a book that I wrote about. Yeah, it's a book that I wrote about people that have problems and how to get through the problems or addictions or whatever, how to get through it and how they change their life for the good.
Well,
So that's
okay,
called
I don't know if these were for me. I just want you to choose what first book you want the book club to start with. That's what I'm just going to leave you choose, and let's do that book.
Okay, we can either do Believe or The Psychic Within. That means every psychic has a psychic within.
Yeah, I'll do that. I want to do that one. What about you, Lori?
That sounds really good because I'm going to say it, Barbara, from the time I first started listening to you over a year ago to now, your intuitive abilities have grown by, I would say, more than 85%. It's just a network of good people, yourself. You're open to this. You're
that's
engaging.
what it was, Lori.
What?
That's what. Excuse me. You told me that psychics are coming out of the closet now, and that I got to come out of the closet, and I don't see it that way.
Psychics are more appreciated, and it's not the psychics. It's people going to psychics. It's people being helped by psychics are coming out of the closet, not the psychics. You guys have always been steadfast in there. I'm talking about it's no longer a secret, Hollywood secret, like Ronald Reagan's wife religiously had a psychic. And people didn't want to talk about that. They didn't talk about it. Astrologer and intuitive astrologer, and they didn't talk about it until after he was out of office. And I don't think that's fair to psychics. And I think that now we're in a time where everything, 2020, full disclosure.
Do you know why he got the astrologer?
My teacher was Ronald Reagan's psychic. His name was Peter Hurkos, if you look him up. Hurkos.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
And he did by touch. Peter and I both do. You touch something and then you see. Well, story was he'd go fishing with Ronald. They would see each other all the time before he was famous and while he was president. We had people in there that could help me become work for a psychic task force. It was all kind of weird. But anyway, Peter Hurkos did readings on him, and one day Reagan called, and the next thing I know, shoes showed up at the door, and they were Gorbachev shoes. And Peter was supposed to read them for Reagan, and he did. And the question was, should I be friends with Gorbachev? And it changed the world. It changed the world.
I was going to say
Peter's,
something. Do you know why?
Really did.
Do you know why Nancy Reagan got the astrologer?
Why?
Okay.
Why?
It was the assassination attempt.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, think about it. I mean, your husband is assassin. Somebody tries to kill your husband, and I guess that was what made her do it. She got really, really upset, and I mean, she was worried about his life, so that's why she got the astrologer.
Well, if you date back to the time of the Bible, they had prophets, they had astrologers, they had everything. I mean, it's been that old, and nowadays, you're made fun of by the Skeptic Society. That's why I backed off, Barbara. That's why I didn't want to do anything. I was tired of the Skeptic Society going after me. They said, well, they could duplicate anything we do. Well, that's true. Anybody can duplicate what we do. That does not make it not real. And I got so tired of it. I know John Edwards did too. I know a lot of psychics that just said, hey, the great Randy who used to do it was just a scuzzball. But, I mean, all I can say is that I was offered $200,000 to, do their tests. And I turned it down. I said, there's no way I could do your test because you'd copy everything I do and you'd make a scam of it. So, anyway, I back off a lot. They'll put me on the web. If they see anything I do, they'll go on the web, they go after me. So what can I say? They want to do this to every psychic, You know,
Well, you,
and
those days
you have
are
a good
over.
reason.
Those days are over, and it's time
No,
for
they
you
aren't.
to shine. For
I
anybody
hope
who
you're right.
matters, they are, because the rest of the world is fully awake. Everybody's awake, and
I hope
we're
so.
more accepting of our intuitive abilities. And people like you should be treated like royalty because of what you
thank you.
offer. What you offer to the average person. And none of us are average people. It's the indoctrination that we have bitten into. But none of us are average. And you've been able to get past that, and you've been able to excel real well at what you are, which is very gifted and giving.
I think the way I did that in the very beginning when I was younger, and I started in 1980s, and in Hawaii, I was predicted by a psychic that would happen. And I went to Hawaii, and I got on a radio show there, and it started from there. And then I was on a radio show in Tahoe, and I'd go up and back, up and back. But how it started was miraculously, people would stop in their cars when they heard our show and go, is she for real? Is she for real? Because I did not need questions. I would just hear the voice, tell them what I saw, and went from there. You know, but then I got a TV show and all kinds of shows in Hawaii. Hawaii was very lucky for me, and I met. I read for Imelda Marcos. I mean, you know, at her home in Makiki. You know, when they took Mr. Marcos away, and they whatever they did, I don't get into politics, but whatever they did. I was asked to. Me and my girlfriend were asked to go up to the Marcoses and give her a reading. We had to switch 4 cars. We weren't allowed to eat the food they ate because they had to check. They have people checking their food, you know, and before they eat it. And anyway, I was in the bedroom with Mrs. Marcos. She was, as an individual, the most delightful human being I ever met in my life. She handed me her 10-carat diamond ring and told me to read it, and I did. And she wanted to know if she'd ever go back to the Philippines again. And I said, yes, she would, because they were brought up on charges in Hawaii and all over the place. And I said, yes, she would. She wanted to know, I said, but unfortunately, Mr. Marcos may not make it. And he passed away, okay? But she went there, and I said, and you will be famous again in the Philippines. And she was. She became famous again.
Wow.
I think she ran for Congress or something. But my question to her was, why didn't you write your book? And she said, because my life isn't over yet, was her answer.
Cool.
You know, so I mean,
like
she
that.
wanted to write her book, and her life wasn't over. But I found her to be the most eloquent woman I've ever met in my life.
Oh, wow.
What can I say? I mean, and I don't tell people a lot of this stuff. I mean, I kind of stay low-key, you know, because if they find out, they find out. And if they don't, I don't need to sit there bragging about things. You know what I mean?
No, it's not bragging. Yeah. It's not that way. These people are amazing, but you're amazing for what you did for them. And that makes everybody on the same playing field.
That's true. That's true. Because I have read a lot of top officials and a lot of very, you know, you realize something, that the people that go to psychics are wealthy. They're not poor. The
I
poor
realize
do
that,
go.
Dale. I realize that because
really?
you guys are expensive. Oh, yeah. My girlfriend used to always try to get me to go. I was in my 20s. I'm like, no, I've got groceries to buy. You know, they're
Barbara,
like $100, $200, $300, $600 a pop. Yes.
I'm one of the lowest that there is in history, okay? $100.
But I didn't have connections with psychics back then. I mean, you know, I got my perks now with you, but I don't. Yes.
My first psychic in LA was Dr. Don Torres. He charged $50, which was an enormous amount of money in those days. And I was doing extra work in Hollywood. At that time, I did 3 shows with Lefty. I did a whole bunch with Tony Curtis. But anyway, he was there as well, being an actor. And I stand in line for him for over an hour. And then when I finally got in, he gave me this reading. I was married, I don't know, about 15 years, and he told me stuff that I would get a divorce. He told me that I would be famous. He told me I would write books. He told me I'd be on TV. I was a housewife. I thought the man was out of his mind. And I stopped payment on that check. I was so pissed off. Anyway, and I've never done that. Never did that. Do you want to know something? 25 years later, his brother came to Tahoe and sought me out, and his brother was a preacher, and he was looking for me. Well, Don had passed away from AIDS or whatever the case may have been, but he said he always adored you and thought you were fabulous and that you would make it, really big. And I said, well, I didn't make it big, but I made it, So I said, I got something for you. Here's $50. Would you please take it? Because I owe it to your brother. And I feel so bad that I did that. He saw 25 years in the future, and some of the stuff he's saying is still happening.
Wow. I love that. That's amazing. That's another serendipity coincidence, too, with Lori and talking about something. And then Peter, who is your psychic coach, had some kind of inspiration with that, too.
The Reagan.
Yeah, the Reagan.
And it evolved.
You mentioned that.
It evolved.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We're all on the same wavelength right now.
Yes, we are. We
That's
really
right.
are.
Yes, we are. We are.
That's cool.
We are, and it's pretty amazing.
So when I see a vision, I'm writing it down, you guys, and I'm putting the date on it because I've been seeing some, and a couple of them I don't even want to repeat because they're really horrible things happening to some high up people. So I'm writing it down, and I'm keeping my mouth shut, but I tell Priscilla so she can say, hey, you said it was going to happen, Mom. I just see the vision. I see the visions now. And there's something else, too, that was such a correlation. I mean, I'm writing it all down, you guys. And thanks, Lori, for telling me. And thank you, Dale, for encouraging me and other people. But
Barbara,
it's not that I want to be a psychic. I just want to use what I have, what I can use. Yes.
Barbara, all you do is write it down and mail it, certified mail it to yourself with the date on it.
Oh, thank you. Then proof right there. Okay.
I've done it. I've done it with predictions because if I saw something really major happening and nobody believed me, I would certified mail it to myself, put the date and everything on it, and unopen it and hand it to the person when the proper, appropriate time came to be. I mean, I see a lot of things in the future, and a lot of things sometimes, Laura, I will keep my mouth shut. I don't want to say anything. Because,
are you still writing it down and mailing it to you, though? I mean, you really should do that.
No. I mean, I tell my friends stuff, and they go, right. And then it happens. They go, did you know? But, it's just like nowadays, it's like second nature. I blurt out at stuff, and, I see things that most people don't see. And sometimes it's terrible, or I dream it. And sometimes it's good. But, I mean, I want to let people know, but then sometimes if I open my mouth and do, then people hate me. So, they think I'm the one that caused it. They think I'm the one that
you don't want to be
the
bearer. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they don't want to put that in the universe.
I had a best friend who was a psychologist. And, we're getting ready to do my own podcast then and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And she and I were together. Well, she leaves my house. She's a psychologist. And she goes home up in Tahoe. And she jumps over a little fence and breaks her whole, her shoulder. And she claims I did it. I said, what? I said, if I could
and then she
what?
She broke her shoulder, and then what?
She claims I wished it on her. I said, are you out of your mind?
Oh,
I don't do stuff
so
like that.
Rude.
That's evil. That's and
it's not like the old Salem witches here. It's not like the witch hunt here, right, Lori? I mean, come on. This is what Dale has to deal with a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you better
but a lot
believe
of those people don't belong in your life anyway, because what I've learned is when people are going to be nasty like that, when people show you what they are, you have to believe them. It's not going to get any better. The situation won't get any better with people. So that is my key when I see something like that, to basically say, okay, this person has already shown me what they are, so I gave them my heart and they stepped on it. I'm just going to go ahead and walk away with my broken little heart and not let it get broken any further.
Boy, you know, I hear what you're saying, but it hurts like hell.
Yeah.
It hurts. I mean, well, being a Pisces, I mean, I understand Taurus, but being a Pisces, I mean, it's like my heart is shattered in a million pieces. And there's no way to put it together but time. You know, that type
in
of
alignment
thing.
with what you just said, I just looked up my notes on my Taurus. I'm May 28th, but my Sun is in Taurus. My Mars is in Taurus. My Mercury is in Taurus. This is the Vedic astrology. I've got all those planets in Taurus. My moon is in Leo, and my Jupiter is in Gemini. And that's the only, my Roku, ROKU, that's Vedic astrology, is also Taurus, in Taurus.
Your moon gets along with Barbara because you're both Leo. And your moon is kind of who you are.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm
going to
chart
read my whole chart on my birthday show on Friday, you guys. I had it done last year, and I'm going to read it. It's not going to take a whole long time. I'm going to read my
I know, but you
chart,
got it. You got to
guys
get
are
a
see where
reading.
my planets are. My planets are amazing, Dale. Come on. You're going to find that
out.
Get a reading.
I'm waiting
Friday.
for you to order. Did you order your cards?
Oh, I'm ordering them right now. They're called something. Wait. Please
Rider,
tell the audience.
Rider Waite.
Everybody.
Yes.
Okay, we need everybody.
Well,
Thanks, you guys. We need everybody to listen to Dale telling what kind of tarot cards we need, because we need all of the listeners to buy them as well, so they can take part in the class when we schedule you soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rider, because when I teach,
write this down.
Rider, R-I-D-E-R, Waite, W-A-I-T-E. And they make several sizes. So pick the ones that you feel good in your hands. And you get it through Amazon.com. They're like $12.
I have long fingers. I have medium hands, I think.
Okay, then you got.
That's interesting how that matters.
You promised me you would order them. You need to order them so we can do
I
our
know,
show.
and then see, I also had to look at a YouTube video of how to declutter your house, because I forget. I have so many papers and so many lists, and it's scattered. And Priscilla's like, "Mother, what's going on?" I'm like, I write everything down. It's on different pads. Oh my gosh, everything. I brought on the bins. I told you how it was a disaster. I literally get distracted with the disaster. I was watching on how to declutter, and I've been actually doing it while I'm talking. And it's
well,
so
you know,
good.
I'm going to have to watch it
consolidate.
Too.
But I'm sorry, I got distracted. I meant to. Go ahead.
No, Barbara, I do the same thing. And I have to, you know, my husband says I stare. Like if there's something in my closet and I have to put it all together, I stared at it for 3 months trying to figure out how to put it all together. He came in there in 5 minutes and went big. I hate him. I
know, but it's because it's not his stuff. If it's your stuff, you can't do it. I've realized that. I can do anybody else's stuff so fast, but not my own. Because you have sentimental value on pieces. You have sentimental value on certain things, items. I need to wash that away and get rid of it. I've had it for so long. I mean, I need to not put attachments to the items. That's that's my problem.
But do you do this? You know what I do? After a while, I just pick up everything, throw it away, and give it to Goodwill and start over, because I can't deal with it. I cannot deal with clutter, and it drives me nuts. Anything that's cluttered.
The papers and
I'm just like
that. Yeah.
Oh, my papers! I got a stack.
That's what I want.
I got a stack of papers that all has everything written on it my whole life. I don't know. I'm not organized.
I know you don't want to throw it away because there might be one good thing on the paper, but I think that we need to work on that. I've had shows about that, right, Johnny? We have done shows about decluttering your home.
I
And how
believe
important
so,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah, we did have one of those, and it was helpful
Barbara,
to so many people. Yes.
I have an idea. I'll go to your house, fix your stuff. You come to my house and fix my stuff. And then we will declutter.
You're going to find some goodies, Dale.
You'll probably understand that. I
hiding
understand
spot
the goodies.
that I forget about.
Uh-oh. I do that too. Yep, I used to do that too. I used to hide things. I go, what did I do with it? I can
and then you find it.
I can find psychically anything for anybody. But when it comes to me, I can't even find my shoes.
Me too. I'm like, have you checked in your robe pocket? And that person, there it is, Barbara. I was looking for my phone for 2 days. That happened, Johnny, on air. And then there was another person who could not go to China with us. 3 playmates were going to China for a big event. And we come on the day of. She couldn't find her passport. I go, have you checked your luggage that you may have put away under the bed in storage? She went under the bed, got her suitcase out, and there the passport was.
I swear to God, I do the same thing. I helped one guy find $10,000. He gave me $1,000. It's just like,
wow.
Whoa.
I got chills
from
that.
I can't do it for me. I mean, me now I'm still looking for my shoes.
Well, why can't
today.
we do it for us? I think we get distracted. We start reading our own stuff, whereas other people, it's not their stuff. They don't read it. They just pile in like for like. That's what Andrew Mellon, I watch him a lot. Andrew Mellon, for like.
That's not the answer. That's not the answer, Barb. The answer is we're ADD. We're ADD.
Oh.
Attention
I didn't know
deficit
that.
disorder. Are you sure? We start one thing and they go, the phone's ringing. I think I'll go over here. Look, there's something good on TV. I got to go
something
check.
shiny.
Right. And then you end up with a lot of little projects, and little piles everywhere instead of like one thing being done that was big that day. Yeah.
Yeah. Like my husband would tell me, do one thing at a time. I find that ridiculous because I do multi things. But then in my multiness, I lose everything. So I don't know.
Exactly.
I think it's unfinished business. I think it's unfinished business because I have notebooks and I have filing cabinets of metaphysical poetry that I wrote 10, 15 years ago. And it's unfinished business. I'll write something down. It'll be about 4 or 5 paragraphs. And I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like this anymore. And I'll put it away. And 2 or 3 years later, I'll go and I'll finish that poem. I think it's unfinished business.
Yeah. I think everybody's different, but I do know I'm very ADD. I mean, and I'm just like ADD. I mean, if I could concentrate on one thing long enough, I'd be a success. I do that when I'm writing. That was another thing. I don't know if this has ever happened to you because I've written 5 books and I'm published. But the whole thing is, if I write something about somebody that I know, they call me. I mean, I don't care if it's 25 years ago. If I write something about them and I'm really into it, they call. Does that happen to you?
Yes. Oh,
yeah. It happened today. I was thinking about Jonathan in the show, and he called. And I checked my phone, and I wasn't near the phone, but there was a phone call from him. And I thought, oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Okay.
I know, but that, again, is telepathy. That's telepathy.
Okay.
I love it.
I'm getting kind of hungry. What time are we going to end or do something? Or
let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's wrap it up. You guys, I didn't even see the time. It's 6:19.
Okay.
So thanks so much. And, this was a wonderful show. And I hope that Johnny feels really good and proud of himself because you sure got a lot of love and adoration today, Johnny. And you got a lot of great compliments. And they all, we mean them from the bottom of our heart.
I certainly couldn't do it alone. Thank you.
Well, I've been having so much fun doing this show with you, Johnny. You couldn't be a nicer co-host to me. And becoming friends has been wonderful. You are the easiest person to deal with. You can do a phone conversation in 5 seconds or an hour. I mean, whatever anybody wants, you'll do it. And and you do
He's
so
super.
much. Like, I have my ideas, and he runs with it, and he helps so much. He makes all the phone calls that he knows I hate doing, and I do the things that he doesn't do. So it's like we really are a great team, and I love how he's such a great sounding board too. And then we work well off of each other when, we have to, and we can do anything. And it goes to show you what Dale said earlier with, your cerebral palsy. It has not stopped you. So what's your excuse, everybody else who's not going for your dreams, believing in yourself? He does believe in himself, and he's making things happen. And you're going to go down in history. Everybody's going to know who you are, Johnny.
Thank you. And you
That
too.
is wonderful. That is so true, and I second that, and I third that. And I sure would like to meet Lori. I'd love to meet her. Where do you live? What area?
I live in Orlando. I live in Florida, Orlando, Florida. I
it'll
would
be a
love
while
to
till
meet
I get there.
all of you. I know.
I would
It would
love
be
to.
nice if we
Johnny.
could all meet.
Well,
You
when
can
the
see Johnny
coronavirus
too,
is
though.
over, we'll
Florida.
definitely go to Orlando because I already have an invite to
Okay,
Orlando.
we'll have fun. Can we go to Disney?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well,
I would
you do
love
wherever,
that.
go wherever you want to go. The only
I want to go
problem
to Disney
is
World.
I want to ride, Barbara. I want to ride a what do you call it? Those roller coasters.
Ferris wheel roller coaster.
And my husband won't do it. And I want to do it so bad. Would you ride with me on a roller coaster?
Oh, heck yeah. I'll go on anything. Anything you want. I'll be your ride partner. And if I don't go on it, Priscilla will.
Okay. That would be cool. Oh, you're going to send your daughter?
Well, she likes scary rides, too. Maybe I'm going to have to take a break. I don't know. It depends on how scared you want to get. Oh, we love the roller coasters
I don't
and all
want
that.
scared. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I like the adrenaline. In my next life, I'm coming back as a surfer.
Cool.
That's cute.
Awesome. Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening. Find us on YouTube. Find out when we're going to be having Dale here today and teaching the tarot card reading class, which we hope
in
all
1 hour or less.
Take part.
I will teach everybody how to do it, and then we're going to upload it to YouTube and Roku, and so they can watch, so that they can learn how to do it as well.
All right.
Yes. So watch for that update, and we'll be posting that soon. And find this and all of our other shows on our YouTube channel, and subscribe. Everybody, please. And Roku.
We're doing your show. We're doing Friday show for Barbara's birthday, so please tune in. And I'm going to do a reading on Barbara. Yeah, I'm going to do a reading on Barbara.
Okay, we're going to start off. We're going to start off with a couple fun things. We're not sure the order, but Dale is going to do my tarot reading. I'm so excited. And then I'm going to it'll take 5 minutes, talk about where my planets are, and then we'll just go from there. And hopefully a lot of people call in to say happy birthday, and I would love to hear the familiar voices.
All right.
Okay.
Well, good night, everyone.
Thanks, Lori,
Good night, Lori.
for joining
me. Thank you.
Lori.
Good night,
Thank
Barbara.
you, Lori.
Good night, Dave.
And a big aloha
Good night, everybody.
to everybody.
Aloha.